grandchildren and nieces have come in. The new, much-needed addition is a dream realized. You revitalized and put life into this old house. Those of us who spent so many years here have innumerable memories of the good times, fun, companionship, and now and then a little work on the side. Pearl Ann and Patrick Joseph carried on the Lyons family tradition of keeping all the family together for special occasions. We always thoroughly enjoyed them and are most grateful. This all started when Mary Carmelita and William Lyons lived here. After 31 years, and my mother goes on a little bit of the history. So this was to celebrate the new addition. Well, some of our very fine and good-looking Pat and Pearl's grandchildren and our grandnieces are here. I believe this is Miss Tara. Good morning, Tara.
Good morning.
And tell us, Tara, where do you live?
I live over in that brown house.
And who is your mother?
Carol Reed.
Carol Reed, and that is Pearl's daughter. And who is your father?
Grant Reed.
Grant Reed. And you and your little sister live just a short ways out the door here. What is your little sister's name?
Kayla.
Come on in, Margaret. Her name again, please?
Kayla.
Kayla, is she with you this morning?
Yeah.
Well, Tara, do you enjoy living here in the Lyons farm?
Yes.
Well, what are some of the things you enjoy?
I like to ride in their Model T.
You like to ride in your grandfather's Model T. Well, what are some of the other things you enjoy here?
I like to play.
You like to play. Well, let's see. Are some of your cousins out here? We could at least. We wanted to at least record for posterity. This is my sister-in-law, Margaret. This is Jack's wife. We talked to Jack this morning. And Jack is the music man of Yankton, and Margaret is the music lady of Yankton, and tries to encourage development and love of music with the school children in the schools of Yankton.
Right.
She also, I believe, stirs up the congregation at St. Benedict's, as you did at Sacred Heart.
In all the right ways, Bob.
Yeah, well, in all the right ways. I'm sure that's true.
Yes, yes.
Well, Margaret, you have long been a part of the Lyons family farm.
Thank you.
Also for many, many years.
Yes, yes. I first visited the farm in, I believe it was the fall of 1959.
Yes.
Yes, right.
Right.
Your mother and dad were living here?
The year before you and Jack got married, I believe.
Right. And we were treated very, very nicely at a meal in the dining room table.
They were always that way the first time.
Oh. No, that
Yes,
continued.
It was. No, that's not true.
Right. And, yes, and lots of happy memories.
Well,
yes.
and Jack has the distinction with Tom of being born on this farm.
Yes, I think I've heard that story.
Come on in. And who is this young lady? What is your name?
Elise.
Elise. Good morning, Elise. Elise, what is your mother's name?
Kathy.
Kathy? And maybe Kathy's going to be along shortly. But I wanted to go back to Margaret for a minute. Unfortunately, her son Will, who now is in Kansas City with your grandson Kyle.
Right.
We're back here, as we always do, at the table where we have spent many hours, and my two nieces who grew up here after I did have arrived. So maybe they can tell us a little bit about their life here at the Lyons family farm. This is my niece Kathy Lyons Johnston, and Kathy lives in Sioux Falls with her husband Dave and has two daughters.
Yep.
And my other niece Carol, we met Carol's daughter Tara, who got right up there with the camera, and Carol and her husband Grant live here not far from where we're talking on the farm. But Kathy, did you, your older sister Susan told us about taking care of the hogs and when the cattle got out and running. What good memories or other memories do you have from growing up here?
Well, we walked a lot of bean fields, and we painted a lot of barns and hog houses, and I remember especially the tilling of the trees. That was always a joy. He put out about 500 trees one summer, and
Oh my goodness.
for about 2 summers we got to till those every summer. But I think living on a farm is a good way to get a good work ethic, and
It is.
I think that was beneficial to us.
Some people might someday see this tape will have no idea what it means to walk the beans. They may think that's a new dance of some kind. So tell us a little bit more. And who walked the beans with you?
Well, we all did it, and our friends came out and did it. Basically, you just had to walk through the rows and cut out anything that wasn't a bean. Had these hooks, and once in a while you'd get your leg, and we had corn knives too. Those were a little more dangerous. So
Now, these were soybeans, I believe, and you walked, and at a later time, and I think I remember Susan's daughter Jessica, the last time I was here, now they ride through the beans, don't they?
right. Yep, they just have to ride and squirt them, and the weeds die. They got a lot easier now.
Are there still a lot of cockleburrs down here on this farm? Those dreadful sticky things that get in your socks and pants?
Yeah, there was plenty of those. I remember.
How's the sunflower crop been doing?
Well, I don't know lately, but there was quite a few when we walked the beans. Yeah,
You also were in the 4-H, were you?
just for 1 year.
Just for 1 year? I don't really know that much about these 500 trees you planted. Where were they?
Oh, they were out just north of the schoolhouse there.
North of the schoolhouse. Are they still growing?
Oh yeah, they're real.
So it's a
real
windbreak.
big now. Yep.
Yeah. Now, because I can't think that rapidly, which in the number, what position are you among the 6?
Number 4.
Number 4.
Yep.
And Carol is number
6.
6.
Last but not least.
Well, at the risk of embarrassing one or both of you, and you probably don't remember, I remember when you were barely as high as this table, when I would come, and sometimes we would come and visit, and you sometimes in your bashfulness or playfulness would wind up under the table when we were seated at the table.
I'm sure.
But that was really many years ago. See, those of us who go away, we freeze in time and always remember you as we first saw you as these little children bubbling all over the place. But I told Pearl, your mother, last night as I saw your daughters energetically racing through the house, I could see you, the mothers, when they were that age, doing the same thing. Such energy and talent we need. Well, Carol, you actually have never really left the farm in a certain way.
No, not really.
Carol lives here and also works uptown, as we say, and with a vision optical company.
Right, an ophthalmology clinic.
Well, let's take one step back, and although we met Tara, tell us your 2 daughters.
Tara, she's 7 now, and Kayla is 4.
Kayla's 4. I thought we were going to meet Kayla, but she didn't quite get on the camera right now.
Yeah.
Well, now, you and I have something in common. I was the youngest of the litter, and I always felt that I sometimes might have gotten a little bit more of my share of some of the chores. Did you ever feel that way?
Oh, no, not really. I remember begging Dad to go out and walk beans because I wanted to go when the older ones were. I did until I started doing it, and then I begged him not to do it, but...
Did he grant your second request?
Oh, yeah. Well, no, I had to do it until I got a job in town, and then he got then my nieces, Justin and Jessica, were at the age where they could come out and do it and kind of take over, so...
Well, now, was it you last night at the table that Pat, your dad, used to bribe you that if you clean the hog house, he'd take you to Happy Jack's? Mm-hmm. But there was another part to this story that you were not, he didn't think you perhaps ought to go to Happy Jack's after you'd worked with the hogs.
Yeah, it was mainly to feed them, run out and do the chores quick. But the minute you stepped in the hog house, whether you were in for 1 minute or 3 hours, you smelled like a hog, and he was ready to go the minute you came in the door. So you either went smelling like a pig or you didn't go.
Well, I suppose in time, though, we will try to remember it as a wonderful aroma, because it was a symbol that something really was going on, something was happening here. Because if you didn't have that scent or smell, it wouldn't be a farm. I don't believe. You know, because I don't think that we're going to get to all of your sisters. Why don't you, for the record, let's record their names here. Now, we talked with Susan, your older sister, so why don't you just mention your other two sisters and their children and where they are and what they're doing, just for posterity when you show this to your great-grandchildren. Who's missing at the table this morning?
Well, Linda's next in line, and she's got two children, Ben and Becky. And Becky's in high school, and Ben is in middle school. And Barb has Paul, and he's in high school now.
Actually, Paul is out helping get some of the equipment and all ready, and he's out working there. I think we may not see Linda and Becky today because I think, aren't they, is Becky performing in a drill dance performance of some kind? In Huron. My goodness, they're probably on the way.
They're competing, the drill team is competing in Huron today. And Linda and Becky are up there.
Well, then Mary.
Mary has two girls, Natalie and Melanie. Natalie's in second grade, and Melanie's in preschool.
Well, we might see Mary outside today, or we will during the course of the day. So for posterity's sake, we wanted to at least get them on. Well, I think we have met all of the older generation and now the younger generation. Of course, there will be many more. So we're going to pause now, and the auctioneer will soon be. I don't know if he strikes with his gavel, but he will do something to signal the start of the auction. And our videographer wants to capture his instructions to the congregation who's going to buy all this equipment. Thank you.
This belongs to Pat's brother Gene, which his mother gave to him. It's a shoehorn and a bottle opener that his mother and father got when they went to Kansas City on their honeymoon. And she's kept it all these years. And when she gave up her home and gave a lot of her stuff away, I don't know, for some reason or other, she seemed to think that Gene would like that, so she gave that to him. But it's just, you know, it's kind of unique, and I don't think I've ever seen anything like it before.
Oh, yeah. That depends what you're driving. Yeah, that's right. You're driving a straight thing here. Well,
calf creeps are how far?
there was all kinds of firemen dances, you know.
Okay, just 1/8 of a mile north is where the calf creeps are. Shelters. Calf shelters, okay. So, be sure and get your buyer's numbers in the Payne Auctioneer's clerking trailer. We're going to start in about 5 minutes, 4.5 minutes right now.
Well, that's not good. The best I'm going to put all day long. Some guys, they got to get better. About 6 hours. Maybe not quite that. Is that an educated guess? Hypothesis. Nail and wire thread. We're going to start on this 5 minutes.
1, 2, test.
Yeah, I know you know how to do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to have you come up this way, if you will, please. We're ready to start the auction. As Jim has told you how we're going to sell. We're going to sell the 4 flatbeds up here, then we'll go over